iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Dr. Roto from Scout Fantasy Sports. It's Thursday, my friends, so I promise you we'll talk about the Thursday night game. We will get to that soon, and I got some thoughts about that game for sure. For sure, I've got thoughts. But let's go for some news and notes, and let's see what's out there. First of all, Adrian Peterson participating in Thursday's practice. You know he's not going to play this week. But he said, it's as simple as this. If they lose, he's not playing in Week 16. If they lose to the Colts, I said this yesterday. If Andrew Luck wants to make sure that Adrian Peterson doesn't play again this year, the Colts need to win. If, however, the Vikings win and things go their way and Peterson thinks he can make a difference, I think there's a very good chance that he plays in Week 16. Is he a good fantasy start? Let's discuss. So, I'll do it this way. I think this is the easier way. Now, I haven't looked at Week 16 yet. I haven't looked at all. But would I play him over Ryan Matthews? Yes. Would I play him over TJ Yeldon? Yes. Would I play him over Justin Forsett? Maybe. Right? So what I'm trying to say is that I'm willing to give Adrian Peterson a spot on my roster to see what will happen. Right? He's better than some of these bums. He's better than some. I've got to believe, right? I've got to believe somebody's got, I don't know, Alfred Blue on their roster, Robert Turbin on their roster, Devontae Booker on their roster, Puke Johnson, I didn't call him Duke, Puke Johnson on their roster. Cut. Cutting any of those guys for Adrian Peterson. For sure. Right? Now, then I'll wait all next week. I'll wait all next week to see how he's doing. And then if it looks good, I'll start him. If it doesn't, no way. Okay? Let's talk about another guy who may or may not be returning. A.J. Green. He's practicing Thursday. Jim Osarski, we've spoken to him a bunch. Right? The limited work A.J. Green got yesterday didn't set him back physically as he's practicing again today for the Bengals. Well, that's good news. That's good news. But am I going to play him? I don't know. And I think, let's just be honest about this. I really don't want to play A.J. Green in frigid temperatures. See, it's one thing when a player comes back week 5. And it's one thing he comes back week 15, freezing his buttocks off, freezing his hamstring off. Right? Just saying that. Other news. Darren Sproles didn't practice. Told you that. Hate him. Hate the matchup. Hate everything. Don't want to touch it. But there is one piece of news, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I will get to it again on Friday. I promise. I'll tease it now. Jimmy Smith, most likely out. Didn't practice again Thursday. So I've got to think that the Eagles are interesting. The Eagles are interesting. Now, if Carson Wentz is going to have to throw the football, there could be sacks. It could be a mess if he doesn't play well. Just throwing it out there. I like the Ravens. Lions defensive coordinator Terrell Austin made it seem like the team will not use Darius Slay to shadow Beckham. Yeah, I don't know why. I wouldn't do that. I'd want to put Slay on Beckham to give my team a chance to win this game. That might be a bad life decision. That might be a very bad life decision. Kyle Menke says, Austin said having Slay travel with Beckham means it kicks other guys out of position. Well, yes, it does. But you got to do what you got to do. Now, Kyle Menke is a Detroit Lions beat reporter for M Live. I get that. But you know what? I got to put my best guy on their best guy, because if I don't, somebody's going to get in trouble. and it could lead to a disaster. So I'm just throwing that out there. Okay, Sammy Watkins practicing Thursday. We discussed that. I told you he's going to play. Andrew Luck is going to play. I feel very confident about that. Mike McCarthy said that Ty Montgomery could handle 20 carries if he had to. But trust me, he doesn't have to. That's not going to happen. I don't think that will happen until the playoffs. And then it will happen. Kristen Michael is going to get every opportunity to prove that he should have a role in this offense should the Packers make the playoffs. That said, if he can't get his game going, they'll give the ball to Ty Montgomery 20 times in the playoffs. Will that help me now? No, because I could use Ty Montgomery to get it 20 times now, but I think it will help me in the fantasy playoff pool. Because if I have to pick one Packer, I'm okay with Ty Montgomery possibly. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate it. Speaking of hate, I hate the fact that Luke Kuechly's practicing. I hate it. You know how I feel about that. I want this guy not to play anymore. Oh, here's a bit of news. Browns coach Hugh Jackson wants to see a jump in performance from RG3. Well, here's the jump. From absolutely putrid to horrible. There you go, Hugh. You just got to jump. What do you think the jump is going to be? At the end of the day, can you make a pig into a swan? No. A pig is a pig. An RG3 is not very good anymore. Maybe he was at one time. You know how much I liked him in fantasy circles at one time. This is not that time. This is absolutely, unequivocally not that time. Marcus Mariota said he's ready for the cold conditions projected. Forecast of 19 degrees. I don't know about that. Is he from Hawaii? Aloha, Marcus. Welcome to Freeze Your Butt Offville. If I'm Marcus Mariota, I'm like, how come there's no team in Hawaii? What's up with that? So, I don't know. Man, I don't know. I think that Marcus Mariota may be in a bit of trouble this week. It's going to be hard to grip that football. It's going to be hard. Matt Barkley said he worked with Alshon Jeffrey after practice to develop chemistry. He'd never thrown a pass to Jeffrey before this week. Well, let me tell you something. Alshon Jeffrey is your best receiver. Whether you've thrown to him or not, it doesn't really matter. Throw him the football. Throw him the football. He'll figure out a way to catch it. And I got to tell you something. If I'm Alshon Jeffrey, and I believe this is true, I believe Alshon Jeffrey is in a contract year, right? Contract details, 2017 free agent. I bet you he whispered to Matt Barkley, dude, I'm in a contract year, throw me the football. I could be wrong about that. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to say, hello, Mr. Barkley. I need to make an awful lot of money next year. Can you throw me the football this weekend? Yeah. It won't be like that, but that's going to be the gist of it. Next, Matt Forte thinks he can play through the torn meniscus in his right knee. Really? You think? If it doesn't bother you, you can play with it. How about this? How about the Jets stink and there's no reason to play Matt Forte? Why do I need to bring him back with a torn meniscus? Why not just go with Bilal Powell and be done with it? What is Matt Forte going to bring to the table that I need? Another win? In fact, I don't want the Jets to win anymore. I didn't even want them to win last week. I want them to get the better draft pick. I mean, I give Matt Forte credit for wanting to be out there, but really, what purpose does it serve? Shut it down, dude. Shut it down. It's over. I don't get that. Makes no sense to me why he'd want to be out there. All right? I don't know. Makes no sense to me. Joel Green Beckham practicing fully this week. Right? Well, these are guys practicing. I mean, you know how I say when the guy's limited, he's not playing, he's limited in practice. I don't really care about that. But I'm going to give you a guy, and we talked about this, Michael Floyd, bye-bye. Maybe Bruce Arians listened to my podcast. It's possible. Just throwing it out there. It's possible. Michael Floyd, see you later. John Brown dealing with sickle cell. J.J. Nelson. I think he plays. I think he's a good start. He helped us in fantasy weeks ago. He might just do it again. Do we remember J.J. Nelson? I think we do. Let me refresh your memory about J.J. Nelson. I know he's questionable, but oh yeah, week 8 against Carolina, 8 for 79 and 2 touchdowns. That was a nice game. Think he could do that against the mighty Saints? I think so. In week 7, he went 3 for 84. In week 8, he went 8 for 79 and 2, and then they abandoned him again. Abandoned him. Well, I'm not abandoning J.J. Nelson. Bruce Arians is like, yeah, he's going to start. He started 1 week. He started against San Francisco. Then they got, nah, we're done with you. Well, here's who you should be done with. Michael Floyd, who stinks. The thing with the league should be done with Michael Floyd. Seriously. How moronic are you for getting a DUI during a contract year? If I'm Michael Floyd's agent, I go, I'm done with you. Seriously. You're my ambassador of stupid. Remember the ambassador of Quan and Jerry Maguire? Michael Floyd's my ambassador of stupid. Getting a DUI in a contract year, stupid. All right, so we're starting to look at games for this week. We're starting to look at matchups. Things will start ramping up over the next few days. So let's just discuss a very important concept. And I'm going to mention Tom Brady. I am not benching Tom Brady. Not. That being said, I do like Matt Ryan, and I do like Russell Wilson this week. Okay? And of course, I do like Kirk Cousins because I always do. And maybe that's about it. I'd rather lose with Tom Brady than bench him for Joe Flacco or Cam Newton or Jameis Winston or anybody like that. That's just how I feel about this. I just feel about that. I just think it's a mistake. Right? You got to the playoffs with Tom Brady. How sensational was he last week? How amazing was he? And now we're going to go, whoa, Denver, I'm done, you're out. See ya. Maybe I'd say that with Alex Smith. Maybe I'd say that with Matthew Stafford. Do you want to be the guy saying that about Tom Brady? Oh, why'd you lose? Oh, I benched Tom Brady. You benched Tom Brady, you ignoramus? Where'd you go, to the Michael Floyd School of Stupid? I mean, come on. So I'm willing to bench guys. I could even hear the argument of benching Aaron Rodgers this week. I absolutely could hear that argument. Chicago's defense has been good. It's going to be really cold. I absolutely could buy into that. But I can't bench Tom Brady. Can't do it. I won't be the one who does it. And then the question is, who would I put in instead? Alex Smith? Well, I know Tennessee is generous. But do I want to go to bat with Alex Smith, who could go, 21 for 26 and 189 yards and a touchdown? Can't we agree that Tom Brady, even against the Denver Broncos, will put up 250 yards and at least one touchdown? At least. I mean, didn't he get 3 touchdowns against them last year? I know they're stingy. I get it. But these are the Patriots. I never want to doubt them. Could they lose this week? Yes, they could lose this week. I get it. But I need to talk to you here. Now, Andrew Luck, I'm benching. Dante Moncrief, out. It's not going to be easy. Philip Dorsett, please. Maybe this is a double tight end week. I guess so. But I'm not loving Andrew Luck in Minnesota. Him I could bench comfortably. But Tom Brady, no. Now, do I feel badly about having Tom Brady in week 15? Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks to have a great team all year long and get in the playoffs and have a crappy matchup and lose. And that's why I always say the best player, the best fantasy football owner, doesn't always win. The best team doesn't always win. And that is absolutely and unequivocally frustrating. So all we can do is do our best. But my best is not benching Tom Brady. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now. All right, let's look at the Thursday night game. Seattle against the Rams. The Rams visit the good old Pacific Northwest. I don't know what the line is on this game, but I'm taking Seattle. I don't even know if the Rams score tonight. I think Jared Goff is going to struggle. I think Todd Gurley is going to struggle. Maybe Kenny Britt does his last-minute theatrics, as he always tends to do, where he gets, a touchdown in the end of the fourth quarter. But Tavon Austin, please, Lance Kendricks. So this is how bad it is. They wanted Jeff Fisher gone so badly that even during a short week, they fired him. A short week where no player wants to play, mind you. And they didn't say, well, just throw Jeff Fisher out there. See, that would have been the easiest thing. I would have had Jeff Fisher go out there Thursday, get annihilated by 30, and then fire his butt. And at that point, I give the new guy 10 days to get in here. Now John Fossil has like 2 minutes to get in there and figure this out. That's just not fair. Not that he's going to get this job anyway. This guy's probably like, who, me? What? Coach? All right. Why? Because my dad did it? Does that qualify me? My dad was a coach. Does that qualify me for being a coach? No. On the other end of the ball, man, I know you have hatred right now for Russell Wilson. I know it. I know in your heart you're like, this guy screwed me last week. I get it. I absolutely and unequivocally get it. I don't think he screws you 2 weeks in a row. I think he throws for like 302 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think Thomas Rawls runs for a touchdown. I gave you 4 touchdowns right there, and I give you 2 field goals, like 34 points. 34-3, 34-6, 34-11, something like that. I see a Doug Baldwin touchdown. I see a Tyler Lockett bomb. Right? I see a Rawls touchdown, and then I see a I don't know touchdown, whether it's Jimmy Graham, Jermaine Kearse, Paul Richardson, Russell Wilson sneak. I see something. But I definitely see a Lockett and a Baldwin touchdown. There you go. You know what else I see? I see you being part of what we're doing at Scout Fantasy. And once the season is over, I want you to be part of our Beat Dr. Roto playoff contest. It's free to enter. Free. But we have a lot of playoff contests. We have contests that are similar to like what we do during the year with the main event, the online championship. We do a draft where we give out a lot of money. We have the Beat Dr. Roto contest where it's free to enter. And if you beat my score and you have one of the top teams, you can get a free entry into the online championship valued at $299. And if you win your league, you know what you get? An entry into the main event or $1,500. So could you imagine this? By beating me in this contest, which may or may not happen, you get an entry into the online championship. You win that, you get into the main event. What if you win that? You just got $150,000. You know what you paid for? $0. How cool would that be? Seriously, that's a success story. Then you're my rich friend. I'd love to see that happen. I really would. I'd love to see that happen. So please take a look at our playoff contests. We do a really good job. We've got fantastic playoff contests. Okay? These are great things that I want you to be a part of because the fantasy season never stops. Never stops. Because when we're done with football, we get started with baseball and basketball and hockey. And for that, I want you to be part of the Scout Army and go to scoutfantasy.com. Got my boy Cappy and Kick doing hockey. We've got my boy Y2 Casey doing MMA. We've got guys dropping dimes for basketball. It's really amazing stuff, and I'm proud to be part of it at scoutfantasy.com. Okay? Enter the promo code ROTO. Pay for 1 month. You get 2 more for free. It's as simple as that. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay, The office is closed, my friends. When we come back tomorrow, I will preview every game. We will go through it. I'll give you some plays. We'll get you started. We're going to get you to a fantasy football championship, and we'll do it tomorrow. So, be well. Take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!